it's like, what does that even really mean? I mean, to be a man. Like for me, I wasn't really sure of when I became one, so to speak. You know, you do things like you kiss a girl. Like I remember thinking like I'm a man now because I kiss a girl, or I bought my first car on my own. I built my first bike. You know, all that stuff like really didn't really give me a sense of total like being a man. It wasn't like I wasn't searching. It wasn't that I wasn't looking. I just didn't really have anyone to really show me what being a man looked like. The lifestyle that I came out of was a broken home where dad wasn't really around, where, you know, guys on the street or group homes that I were in, like those guys were the ones who really like brought me up until later on in life. And so I really didn't have like this really good sustainable like picture of a man, or nor did I have a good reference of when I actually was a man. And that really bothered me. It really bothered me, especially after like starting to have my own children. I didn't have any point of reference for them. I have like a few girls and a son, and you know, with my son, I look at him and it presses me every day. Like, I want you to become a man. I want you to become more of a man than your father is. Like, I want you to succeed in this area of manhood. But what does that look like? I don't know. These are questions that I think dads need to be asking. I think that we need to be asking ourselves, and we need to be talking to our older generation, and even pressing even our kids, like asking them, what do you think being a man looks like? Do you think that you are on your way? I think these are the questions that we need to ask our culture and press. In our culture, we really don't have that line, that moment where we seize it as boys and we go, this is me, I'm a man now. Nor do we have someone pressing that point to us. But for me, like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna search. I'm gonna press into that with my kids. I'm gonna press into that, especially with my son. I work with kids on a daily. I work with young men on a daily. And I'm always pointing them in a direction of becoming a real man, because I think that's important in our society. It's something that we really, really need. And if we aren't the ones to do it, guess what? These boys will learn to be a man from someone else. And that man might look completely different and destructive than the real man that we want them to be.
I remember being in my mid-20s, and I at that point, I had graduated from high school, of course, driver's license, I could vote, had a college degree, I had a good job, I was married to my high school sweetheart, and even owned a house. And I'm in my mid-20s and I'm thinking, I don't know if I've arrived at manhood yet. I mean, I came out of a fantastic home. I love my parents. They were involved. They invested in me and my brother, and really committed to us as a family. They raised me with strong values, and yet here I am in my mid-20s. And I still didn't know if I had arrived at manhood yet. And I don't think I realized it at the time, but what I really was looking for, what I wanted, was for my dad to say, son, you're a man. It was around this time that I came across a documentary on some people from Vanuatu, a tribe of people that had this ritual that gave them the name land divers. They would climb up these towers, these rickety towers, like just handcrafted, and like they didn't look safe at all. And they'd tie these vines to their feet, and they would stand on the edge of these towers, and they would leap, like a bungee jump like leap. And like I just remember thinking, this is really bizarre. Like, who does this? And then it hit me. This is their rite of passage. And if they survive this jump, if they get up and walk away, there is no doubt that these boys have become a man. And maybe that sounds weird from our cultural standpoint, but I was captivated by this idea that this is a defining moment. There is no doubt the community celebrates it. The community of men welcome these boys into their ranks after having survived and walked away from this jump. And these kids go from the life of a boy to then becoming a man, and everything changes for them. I think it was that moment for me that I realized that's what I wanted in my life, and that's what I want to be able to give to my sons. I want them to know the definition of man. And it's probably not going to be some bizarre ritual, or at least something that is culturally dramatic as that. But I want to be able to tell them, to define for them the essence of manhood, and then when they're there, be able to say, son, you're a man. Welcome to the community